Howdy YouTube, this is Steven, and I'm back with another photo analysis. This time I'll be analyzing the cover of Namie Amuro's single, All For You. Alright, and when you look at the photo, you notice that this photo is a beauty shot of Namie. And I really like Namie's skin tone in this photo. It's a nice tan color that really looks well, or looks nice on her. I also like the feathers in the photo as well. It's a little odd. I don't quite understand why they're there, but it it looks nice to me. Maybe Namie was having a pillow fight with somebody. And here's the feathers. I'm not sure, but the feathers do look nice in my opinion. Not quite sure if they're necessary. Um, Her hair looks nice in the photo too. Looks like her people colored her hair brown for this photo shoot, and I like the color. Although I think black would have been a nice color to wear for this photo as well. But I'll accept brown. Um, let's see. One thing that they could have done without definitely would be the crown, the little crown or tiara that is on Namie's head. I think that's a little cheesy, and I don't think it's necessary, and I think it brings down the quality of the photo, in my personal opinion. Imagine this photo without the crown. Like, imagine that for a second. Now, look at it with the crown. Without the crown, it adds to the simplicity of the photo, and it kind of helps the photo be where it falls into the category of less is more. But we have the crown in the photo, so we got to deal with it. But in my opinion, it's not necessary. Also, I would have liked to if Namie's team had covered up her tattoos, either with Photoshop or with makeup. I think that her tattoos, they look, they're tattoos, they look nice for tattoos, but for this particular photo shoot or particular photo, I think that kind of takes away from the quality of the photo in this case. Because if you notice, like Namie is bare in this photo. She's not wearing a top. It looks like she's topless. And it kind of adds to that, au natural type of look when you take away the tattoos. But when you have the tattoos, it kind of takes away from the au natural look. And by the way, I do want to point out that Namie, she is giving the appearance of being topless. However, she's doing it in a classy and sophisticated way. She's kind of selling a little sexier, but she's doing it in a classy, sophisticated way. Also, I like the blue backdrop and the white light that's behind her. And as far as her face is concerned, it's a respectable facial expression, although I think that her facial expression could have been stronger, in my opinion. Just a little stronger, but we do have something here. Namie's eyes look, they look nice. They look nice. And she has nice lips in the photo. And her skin looks like it's kind of glowing, So I guess that kind of adds into the theme, or kind of goes into the theme, being so, you know, in love and infatuated that you're just glowing. And also, you know, since Namie is bare, that sort of plays into the theme of the single All For You, because she's bare. It's like, you know, this is just all that I have, you know, and it's all for you, you know. Take away the clothing, you know, and it's just me. I wonder what the feathers are supposed to symbolize. You know, I'm not sure what the feathers symbolize. I think that it's nice. I do think it's a nice touch. However, let's imagine the photo without the feathers. Take away the feathers and imagine it without them, you know. I think that it would have been a nice photo without the feathers. However, I do think the feathers add some dynamic in the photo so that it's not too simple, because I think without the feathers it might be a little bit too simple. But overall, I think this is a very nice photo. I think that this photo has played into the theme well, and I think Namie has delivered a nice beauty shot here. You know, her facial expression isn't the most expressive, but it is a nice facial expression. Perhaps if Namie had pulled back her hair and maybe tied her hair in a ponytail behind her, or just pulled her hair back, it would have helped, you know, increase the quality of this photo by playing into more of the theme of bareness, or, you know, being bare or without clothing. And also, I think that Namie might have lost her neck just a little bit, you know, just a little bit. She has, you can see some neck there, but, you know, it could have been, her neck could have been positioned a little better, you know. She could have given a bit more neck. And, you know, to be fair, I think that, you know, the hair is sort of covering up her neck. I think if she had pulled the hair back a little bit, we would have been able to see more of her neck. But probably without even the hair being there, she still would have probably come off as, you know, a slight no neck monster. You know, maybe not a monster, but, you know, no neck none, or a stump neck Martian. You know. But I think I've said all that I have to say about this photo for the time being. So thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and your support is extremely appreciated and extremely valued. Until the next photo analysis, adios and goodbye for now.